Hey, what's going on? This is Marcos. Today we're taking a look at the IRIX 45mm T1.5 cinema lens. And just a disclaimer, they are lending out this lens to me for a limited time and then I have to return it. There'll be timestamps in the description if you want to skip ahead. So first of all, looking at the lens, I just love how it looks on this red Komodo. And I have here the EF mount. If you can see, I have the RF to EF mount adapter. This weighs about 2.5 pounds, 1,200 grams, depending where you're at in the world. It feels nice and heavy. I love, when a lens feels this robust. It's made out of aluminum magnesium. I love how it looks. It's just very different from the other lenses I own. I own the Sigma 1835, the 50-100, and other stills lenses. However, when you start playing with cinema lenses, it's really hard to go back. Usually when I start playing with cinema lenses is when we rent them out for certain productions. And, but I don't own them because they're quite costly. Now this one right here is pretty affordable. We're looking at $1,500 to $1,200 US, which is, honestly a fantastic price. Usually cinema lenses are 2 to 3 times more expensive than a regular stills lens. What do you get with it is just a nicer throw. This one has an 180-degree focus throw, which is really nice for pulling focus, to be more precise. With stills lenses, it's very easy to miss the focus if you're doing it manually because you just move it slightly and you might miss the focus point. So if you're using a follow focus or a wireless follow focus, it's easier for the focus puller to be precise, especially if you're doing camera moves. The only complaint I have is that the focus ring is a little tighter than I want it to be. I wish it was smoother, easier to pull, but the T-stop is fine. Usually I'm not rocking this back and forth. Usually I set the T-stop and that's where I set it. But the focus gear, this is where it matters. It already has the teeth. You don't have to, let's say with my stills lenses like this OTUS 55mm, I had to buy the follow focus gears to get the cinema teeth. That way you can put your follow focus in here. So it's nice to have already built in to both the T-stop and the focus gear. The minimum focal distance is 16 inches, which is great. Also, if we look at the front here, it has a 95mm diameter, but it can take 86mm thread. So for those screw-on filters, you can throw those on as well. It comes with a little lens cap and this sun hood, which is actually made out of it's magnetic, and a lot of people have complained about it. I actually really like that it's magnetic. You can just quickly pop it in here and you're ready to go. Just make sure you don't try to pick up the camera or the lens from the lens hood because it'll just come right off. I actually don't like the ones where you need to screw them on. I prefer this technology much better. I don't know why people complain about it. I really love this. So, but most of the time I'm putting on a matte box. That's the reason you get a cinema lens, so you can rig it out and get a nice cinema rig with the matte box. So I really don't care about this as much. I mean, it's cool that they have it for run and gun shoots where maybe I need to quickly, ruck with my Komodo, and I'm trying to make it as light as possible. So yeah, I'll probably use that. It also comes with an adapter you can screw onto the bottom or the top. That way you can get lens support. I don't have it here, but it's another good thing they included. So now let's get to the good part. I did some tests on the breathing and the bokeh and just how sharp it is. I also did a little bit of comparison to this Zeiss OTUS 55mm. This is 45, this is 55. So it's, also the price difference is huge. This one is about $3,500, $4,000 US dollars. So this is considered one of the sharpest lenses, so it might not be a fair comparison, but I still wanted to run a test to see how it compares. All right, so let's jump over to the computer and we'll check it out. All right, so this first shot I filmed at T1.5 wide open, and you can see the cat eye bokeh. It's looking really nice. Now here's the breathing test. See, there's very minimal breathing. Let me play that again. Now let's go to T2. You still get the cat eye bokeh. It's looking really nice. I dig that look. And breathing test. Let's go to T28. You're getting rid of the cat eye bokeh is going away, but you still see some of those blades looking more circular. A little bit of a characteristic there. Now let's do the breathing test. Very minimal. Now at T4, you're definitely getting rid of all that bokeh, nice bokeh that you saw when you're wide open. So it's good to run these tests and also see how the lens react. And you know, you also see that the background is darker. Now the breathing test, here we go. All right, so if we compare, you know, all the different T-stops, you can see how much nicer it is to be wide open. You get nicer bokeh, the blurrier background. You go to T4, everything's more in focus. There's less bokeh. If you can see, the background is darker. Another thing is I wanted to compare to the Zeiss OTUS 55. Obviously, it's a different focal length, but close enough. And if I turn it on, this is at f1.4, wide open. It also has the cat eye bokeh. It's also brighter, and the IRIX, you can see it's warmer. And this is the Zeiss OTUS, or maybe this is cooler. Seems like the IRIX is the one it's warmer. You also won't tell the difference in sharpness, but the OTUS is sharper. I mean, you can only tell if you're like zooming in. If you're seeing this on YouTube, it's gonna be hard to tell because YouTube is doing its own compression. By the time you see it, you know, if you're seeing this on mobile, you're definitely not gonna tell the difference. But here on my desktop, I can see that once I zoom in here, like super zoom in to 400%, or like, let's go to 200%. I can see, yeah, that the OTUS is sharper. But then again, we're talking about a major price difference. It's like, I think the OTUS is like 4 times or 3 or 4 times more expensive, but it's very minimal. T2, same thing. The OTUS has more of a circular bokeh. And then at 2.8, see there, warmer. And I applied the same color grade. You know, well, I color graded this first clip and I applied the same color grade to everything. So obviously you'd want to, you know, mess with the color grade to get your desired look. So it's good to run these tests. You see how the lens reacts and also the different colors you're going to get depending on the lens. Hopefully this helps you out in seeing the difference and deciding what lens you want to use. To wrap this up, I gotta say, this is a beautiful lens. I'm really impressed by it. Given the price point, it's really hard to complain. You get a cinema lens with great build quality, you get a great image. I just love holding it, it's so good. So I'll probably end up getting this myself. If you guys have any questions about it, or I forgot to, you know, maybe there's some things I forgot to answer, please let me know down below in the comment section. As always, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right.